no, little Ronnie D. Let's open the fridge. We got OJ, purple stuff. It's Ronnie D. Ronnie D, this little worthless piece of crap, will not defend President Trump. Florida resident, Florida man. Yeah, Florida man is being thrown under the bus by little Ronnie D, and I'm over him. That guy can just pound sand as far as I'm concerned. In theory, little Ronnie D, who sits too many things out, and Trump, who gets involved in too many things, it might be a good counterbalance, sort of. Although I'm done on Ronnie D.
I know Ronnie D's taken a lot of criticism, but he was also very much calling out the Soros prosecutors. The media hates that stuff. So regardless of how people feel about DeSantis, he is saying a lot of things, but he does have a rivalry. He was taking some shots at Trump. I get it. I was criticizing Trump for taking shots at Ronnie.
Let me play this because I saw this conversation, and this was very well said. This was Bannon on Real America's Voice, War Room, talking with DC Drain.
Assessment of Ron DeSantis had the whole weekend to work on this. What's your assessment of how he pulled it off today?
I think it's a tough day when you get outflanked to the right by Kevin McCarthy. Which was very surprising. Listen, I haven't said a bad thing about DeSantis, despite being an open, Trump supporter, endorsing him for 2024. But today was the first day that I let loose. I was very let down, not even for 2024, but for 2028, that he would cower like this and not rise to the moment. This is a slam dunk. This one's so easy, like I said, that even Kevin McCarthy has gotten it right, which, I got to give him a lot of credit lately. And I went back and I looked, what did DeSantis say when the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago? I was like, I'm pretty sure he had a tough stance there. And he said, the raid of Mar-a-Lago, he tweeted this probably that night, didn't wait 72 hours. The raid of Mar-a-Lago is another escalation in the weaponization of federal agencies against the regime's political opponents, while people like Hunter Biden get treated with kid gloves.
Okay, that's perfect right there.
Now the regime is getting another 87,000 IRS agents to wield against its adversaries, ? Banana Republic, right? That's Ron DeSantis.
Yes.
What we heard today was Paul Ryan.
Amen.
That was Paul Ryan. That was the donor class. That was a terrible time to take a cheap shot at President Trump.
And that was a big cheap shot, Blake. I pointed it out as soon as he tossed out there, and I don't know what goes into paying porn stars for hush money. And the little lapdogs go, hee, oh, little Ronnie D. That was so funny. That was hilarious, little Ronnie D. And I'm sitting here fuming, smoke out of my ears going, which puppeteer has their hand up your backside, Ronnie D? That is a Paul Ryan. Thoughts, Blake?
I think it was okay for him to get a little pushback, and I liked we did the kind of reaction to that, and I think it was 85% positive, except for the couple of cheap shots that he threw in there about paying off the hush money.
The Manhattan District Attorney is a Soros-funded prosecutor, and so he, like other Soros-funded prosecutors, they weaponize their office to impose a political agenda on society at the expense of the rule of law and public safety.
Well, stopping right there, that's pretty great. That's what I want to hear.
And Blake, that's the problem I have with DeSantis. He does it right. He does it right. He does it right. Then he says something messed up, and then he avoids saying the thing that's obvious. And when you avoid the obvious thing, you're supposed to say, why the hell are you avoiding? It's hear the dog that isn't barking with DeSantis. That's my problem with him. But let's keep going because, yes, on all those points, he's nailing it.
All right, let's continue.
Double, triple, home run. He's perfect right now.
All right.
He has downgraded over 50% of the felonies to misdemeanors. He says he doesn't want to even have jail time for the vast, vast majority of crimes. And what we've seen in Manhattan is we've seen the crime rate go up, and we've seen citizens become less safe. And so,
okay, still batting 1,000.
Yes.
All right.
So you're talking about this situation with, and look, I don't know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. I can't speak to that. But what I
do you hear the laughter? Do you hear the laughter of the people in the crowd? Taking a jab at Trump and paying hush money to porn stars. You sound like CNN, Ronnie D, purple stuff, OJ, Ronnie D.
I hear you, so that works again.
What was that jab about? Yeah, and you know why Trump has gone after you, Ron DeSanctimonious? Do you know why? It's because you haven't come out and said the thing that you're supposed to. As I've said before, if President Trump is running in 2024, I'm not going to seek the office of president. You haven't said it, so he's attacking you. If you just came out and said it, he'd be your ally again. He's calling you DeSanctimonious because he's viewing you as a rival. You're not disavowing the fact that you're going to run for president. So you're a political rival, hence an enemy. That's why he's giving you a nickname. Why are you attacking him right now if you're not going to run against him? If you're not going to go back on your word? If you're not going to bite the hand that fed you? I got a big problem with this, Blake. A big problem.
I think he did better than people are saying it is, but
yeah, I don't think so. I think yes, he did. He tossed a couple cheap shots out, which were fails, epic fails. But it didn't stop there. It was the lack of the strong, heavy-handed, full-throated, powerful response in opposition to it that was lacking. Those were the dogs that weren't barking for little Ronnie D. Let me let DC Drano finish his thought here.
That was Paul Ryan. That was the donor class. That was a terrible time to take a cheap shot at President Trump. Just a big letdown today, and I hope he, comes back from this. On the plus side, the one good thing to come out of today is that Florida has a great governor for the next 4 years without any risk of him leaving.
Or is he now totally controlled by the consultants and the big donors? Because that's clearly what it was. How did that happen over the last couple of months? Tell me, walk me through, because you guys in Florida, as I am, I'm very high on Governor DeSantis as a governor. I think he's done a terrific job. But what happened here?
I think they got to him, and that was the biggest letdown today, because I saw what happened. I know this guy, and again, like I said, I want President Trump in 2024, but I said that's not Ron. And if he will take a knee in an easy slam dunk situation like this, how is he going to jump up to the big leagues? How is he going to lead us through World War III? How is he going to disassemble the deep state? How is he going to withstand the onslaught of lawsuits and indictments and accusations when you're actually the guy in charge? And that was the biggest letdown. This is a war. This is a war against a Marxist invasion of our government, and we need all hands on deck, boots on the ground every step of the way, because otherwise these political persecutions are going to metastasize and they're going to come after each and every one of us, 100%. Just like they already have been.
Absolutely. I don't know what else continues here, but that was the point I was trying to get to. Yeah, little Ronnie D shrunk in his biggest moment right there, completely shrunk, completely withered on the vine. I'm melting, little Ronnie D.
Come on. Oh. I got one other thing to say it's nice about DeSantis, because he gets accused of being in Soros's pockets. But if he really was, then he wouldn't be criticizing the Soros-funded prosecutors.
No, yeah,
I know. Bragging about kicking him out of his own state.
Yeah,
he'd be like, no, he'd be suspiciously silent about saying anything about Soros, because he'd be secretly getting money from Soros.
The monumental gravity of the situation of having your Florida resident, the person who's responsible for giving you your political career, just leaving them out there, leaving them hanging because you don't have the guts. You don't have the
he's got the guts, man. He's got the guts.
That you're not going to run for 2024. Trump wouldn't have started giving you grief if you didn't. If you would have just said, I'm out for 2024, I'm backing Trump, of course, just like I told you before. He hasn't done that, and Trump's been right to start in on him because he's acting like a rival and not a pal.
Well, I think it makes him look weak by not responding, because he's been quiet as Trump has been, driving home, and some of the Trump supporters have been just taking shots at Ron. So he finally got his little time in the window to make his announcement, and then also take the little jab back. I respect that, but yes, he should have taken the higher ground again in this example and really stuck it to the establishment here and said he protected him. But what if Trump never criticized him in the last couple of weeks and said, "Oh, Florida was still great when I had Charlie Crist and." Ron DeSanctimonious, he owes everything to me. I mean, I get it. So you can't say it didn't come like unprovoked entirely. Not that I'm standing up for DeSantis. I like Ron, but he should say, I'm out of 2024.
Yes. Yes. And that's the only reason Trump has been hitting him with jabs. He's shaking the tree to see what falls out. He's shaking the tree to see, hey, Ronnie, little Ronnie,
Right.
you still up there? Little Ronnie D. You still up there, pal? Are you hiding behind a branch? You tiny little politician who I helped put up there? You okay? And he's shaking the tree to see what falls out. And DeSantis has been refusing to just say what he needs to say. Yes, Mr. Trump, Mr. President. Of course, I'm not going to run against you in 2024. He's refusing to say it. And this is what MJ Sedona is saying. Where is DeSantis blocking the extradition to New York exactly? Where is it? That's what he needed to say. He should say, you know what? I'll put the National Guard around Mar-a-Lago. You are not having a Manhattan district attorney on a witch hunt, a political witch hunt. We're not allowing our nation in Florida to turn into a banana republic where we've put the National Guard around Mar-a-Lago. And you know what? We're going to start drafting up papers to arrest your ass for prosecutorial misconduct, threats, intimidation, dereliction of duty. He should have unraveled the Grinch's Christmas list and started rattling off all the charges and he said, I'm going to send my people to arrest your ass. That's what a leader should have done in that moment, Blake. DeSantis, little Ronnie D, he fumbled the ball, man. He fumbled it at the biggest opportunity he had. Thumbs down.